Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, dear classmates and friends. The following is what we are going to learn together today. When I request permission to live the home life, I vow that sentient beings will become irreversible in their practice, their mind free of impediments. We all know, if all bodhisattvas skillfully apply their minds, then they will attain all kinds of excellent and fine meritorious virtues. Applying their minds skillfully, that is, they can dedicate to their vows according to their wisdom, whether they meet with anything or anybody or any state, all kinds of excellent and fine meritorious virtues, that is, all the questions asked by foremost wisdom Bodhisattva. How to make good use of our minds, how to apply our minds skillfully. We have been told in the Obstacle Precept Sutra that the power of vows is equivalent to an automatic seed sower, that is, to create oral karma, which is the same as practicing by mouth, or which is the same as saying that it is practiced by mouth. So, to make good use of our minds, how to do it specifically, Manjushri Bodhisattva has told us that when we ourselves or others want to live the home life, to become a monk, we should skillfully apply our minds, making vows that all sentient beings will not retreat from the Dharma of living the home life, and that there will be no obstructions from the Dharma of living the Dharma life in their minds. By making vows in this way, the causes of karma are created and the seeds are formed, and together with the excellent ariser of the conditions of the mentor, the result can be quick to attain, and we can certainly achieve no retreat from the Dharma of living the home life, and no obstructions from the Dharma of living the home life in our minds. Why is it when vowing that sentient beings will, and not when vowing that I myself will? Because it is a higher and a more supernatural cause. When vowing that I myself will is only one cause for you, even an automatic seed sower is to sow seeds one by one. But when vowing that sentient beings will is that you have created an oral karma of a cause for all sentient beings, and the cause has formed seeds, and that adding the automatic seed sower, you are to sow unlimited seeds automatically at the same time, so you can achieve faster and complete or perfect the universal dedication in Buddhism, which is called dedication only for or to all sentient beings. We have already known that supreme wisdom Manjushri Bodhisattva teaches us the Dharma of making good use of our minds. Not only is this the case with Supreme Wisdom Manjushri Bodhisattva, but also the Flower Adornment Sutra also tells us that all Buddha deeds begin with the great vows, and all the actions practiced by Bodhisattvas begin with the dedication. To dedication, your merit, your vows is the door. Without the door of the dedication, we cannot enter the palace hall of Buddhism. We also need to be clear at all times that it is an evil view to calculate results without cause, if we do not have the cause of non-retreat. We are bound to retreat, and if we do not have the cause of no obstacles of no obstacles in our mind. We are bound to have obstacles in our mind, not to mention the fact that we have not eliminated all the impediments of all of afflictions and impediments of having been known. Therefore, I vow that all sentient beings will be able to digest and apply these wonderful teachings well and expand to all Buddha-dhammas, and will be able to play them with precision and will become proficient and thorough in them soon. That's all for this lesson. Thank you so much indeed for your supporting, cooperating, tolerance, and great achievement for me. See you next week.
The Diary with Conditions. Yesterday, I received a message from my hometown that my mother would have an operation today for her hydronephrosis. And I was a bit worried because she is over 70 years old, and I was afraid that she would not be able to bear the operation. I had heard my mentor say, if you eat too much salt, oil and sugar in your life, your liver and kidneys will be corroded quickly, and you may even have cardiovascular problems. I know that my mother's illness has a lot to do with eating, but as she did not believe in Buddhism, I did not dare to say anything, so I could only pray for her silently. May her operation be successful, and she will recover soon. It was a coincidence that for some reason, the toilet was clogged today. There was a crack at the junction of the toilet and the floor, and when the water was flushed, a lot of dirt flowed from the crack onto the floor. When I saw this, I reminded my mentor's teachings to us. Don't be greedy. If you are too greedy, your body organs will become clogged. As I saw in front of me, when the toilet is blocked, the filth cannot be discharged smoothly. When the dirt leaks out, you can even see tiny maggots wriggling around. I could see that the toilet had been clogged for a long time, and that's why there was decay and worms. I also thought of my mother's health, which is the same as this toilet. Once an organ breaks down, it will become blocked, it will not function properly, it will breed viruses, and cause all sorts of illnesses, and then she will have to suffer endlessly. This is a true reflection of the mother's current state of health. Today's scene gave me a deep insight. I am deeply ashamed and confessed that I was tough and hard to change. I didn't really believe in the teaching of my mentor. I often indulge my greed and desire, and have fun in hardship. I don't see the boundless suffering in the future. It's too stupid. I vow to be deeply aware of the Dharma of suffering and happiness, to understand precisely and minutely the afflictions and their consequences, to reign in the precipice as soon as possible, to turn back to the shore, and to get away from suffering and achieve happiness. Teachings of the Mentor. Majesty contains all the precepts: kindness, compassion, joy, and giving. If you don't understand the majesty, there is no way to go deep into the scriptures. Any etiquette corresponds to the precepts, rules, and good karma, and all the corresponding is established. Don't underestimate the etiquette of the world, that is, underestimate the precepts, rules, and good karma. Majestic, 80,000 subtle aspects, not to be underestimated. Every word and every action reveals one's own style. Whether one is a disciple of the Buddha, a disciple of the devil, a noble and elegant gentleman, or a dirty and obscene person, all are revealed in their words and actions. So they must learn and train, speak noble and elegant words from the heart, from compassion, from gratitude, and train them to become your own language sentence by sentence. If you carefully and thoroughly study the effects of each sentence, train yourself and build extremely noble and elegant words to live in the world and to proclaim Buddhism, you will be the Acharya, teacher of the word. Even if they die of old age after successful training, the next generation will naturally be born with such perfect habits. Smiling all the time is already cultivating compassion. What's more, sincerely to give all beings peace, and repay the fourfold grace, the future is going to be very, very special.
The path back to the family of the thus come one writer. Grace Series 5. When I stood there, that priest asked me to chat with her. After knowing my reason to come here, she told me that the temple I was looking for was on the top of Jesu Mountain, and the next morning, she would arrange somebody to lead me to buy a coach ticket to go there. That priest asked me to stay until finishing the ritual of helping several laywomen to take refuge with the triple jewel. I agreed. The priest questioned me a lot about her own confusion when she continued our chatting. At that time, I never learned anything on sutras. Thus, I was incapable to share the Buddha's right views with her. I dared not talk randomly, nor judge anything. I simply tried to explain such issues I encountered and shared my experiences in dealing with them from the state of attachments to unattachments gradually in order to free myself from greeds. I had no idea if it was helpful for her after hearing about my stories. We had chatted until 23 o'clock and then went to bed. On the next early morning at 3:30 a.m., I went to do the morning chanting with a sannyasi in the hall. After that I went to the room I stayed, and suddenly, the sannyasi came to me and worshipped to me with a bow. She begged me to lead her to study what I would find on the Buddha Dharma. I responded to her with a bow as well. I felt deeply regretful and thought to myself, although I left my family life to become a nun, I have never entered the wisdom of Buddhas and have not begun my own journey of cultivation and showed incapability in speaking Buddha Dharma. Even I could not save myself. In this case, how to save others? I told her I was helpless at that moment, but I vowed in the coming future, after obtaining the Buddha Dharma, I would not be stingy to share with her. I also prayed that one day I would encounter the real kind mentor to learn the true Buddha Dharma. After achieving the capability, wisdom and liberation, I would lead and inspire sentient beings, and it was the same with her. After communicating with her, we went for breakfast. And then, after the ritual of taking refuge with the triple jewel, I said goodbye to them and continued my journey to look for the real kind mentor to learn Buddha Dharma. To be content.
The wise are mantle of kindness, compassion, joy, and giving, is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of eons. We now see and hear Him, and joyfully follow Him. We want to possess the skill that showing respect swiftly. We want to hear, contemplate, and practice the wonderful Dharma internally. We want to attain the Buddha-like true state. We want together attend to mental in order to reply him or his kindness, and we want to emulate his Buddha's practice. After lunch, with the soul, the assembly go to the room in the fourth floor with notebooks where the mental stayed. She was wondering, what's up? It seemed that there is a meeting. At that time, the priest called her. Huizi, hurry up. Time to study together. Oh, Huizi replied and went upstairs at will. However, she just planned to come here to spend her summer holiday, and definitely, she brought no notebook. Huizi sat down at the door and dared not sit within that room. Then one of the mentor's disciples questioned. Compassionate Reverend Mentor, good afternoon. May I ask you a question, please? The mentor smiled with permission. That disciple asked how to make vows relating to manifesting the Dharma when wandering around the world in the coming future. The mentor replied, depending on your vow, you will benefit people in the body of Deva. However, the human beings cannot see and feel the manifestation from Devas, but just can see and feel a similar phenomena to their own. You should compensate their incapability. Moreover, you need to match every detail of merit, wisdom, and ability. In that case, you can lead the human beings to study. Then they will ask you, how could you obtain these achievements, please? Then you will deliver via social media that your achievements originated from studying the Buddha Dharma, and you can awaken them to cultivate accordingly. We will wander the world time after time. At the first circle, you will tell them that the Buddha Dharma can benefit them. Well, in the second circle, you will stay and keep company living beings, and you will sacrifice yourselves. If you do that with the inspiration from great compassion, you will improve and develop swiftly. Instead, if you do that with the purpose of pursuing your own fame and profits, the swift self-improvement will not happen to you. Actually, human beings always chase fame and profits for the sake of themselves. Before their vexations are removed, we should make sure that the good causes and conditions to improve and develop ourselves will not be corrupted by the surroundings, neither by vexations. Vexations are the mode to destroy each other's good relationship. There is an inharmony when people dance with the greed. It is also in the same way to destroy the good relationship when behaving with hatred. The angry face that others feel disgust and think and drives others to move away. It is the same to doubt and arrogance. Similarly, doubt can kill the relationship as well as all the other vexations. If all of us like-minded to fight over the demons of our own vexations and cultivate with kindness, compassion, joy, and giving, you could save and protect living beings. You could save and protect living beings together, life after life. The disciple continues, where different causes and conditions create different effects on people, please. The Kent mentor responded, of course. For example, the same child baby born to different families will have different outcomes. Even the human beings can have a great influence, let alone a Buddha or a Bodhisattva. That's even greater, to be with the Buddhas or Bodhisattvas and to be influenced by them. That requires karma. Where are such causes and conditions from? The living beings themselves know nothing about cultivating such kinds of causes and conditions. Thus, it leads us to building through our own companionship and guidance.
Chairperson and Vice Chairperson. 1. Subject to subclauses in brackets 2 and in brackets 3, the chairperson must preside at all general meetings and committee meetings. 2. If the chairperson is absent from a meeting, the vice chairperson must preside at that meeting. 3. If the chairperson and the vice chairperson are both absent, the presiding member for that meeting must be A. A member elected by the other members present if it is a general meeting, or B. A committee member elected by the other committee member present if it is a committee meeting. Thank you.